so I wouldn't compete with my younger brother for the inheritance. My family sold me into a wealthy family. On the first day of my auspicious marriage, I witnessed the entire process of my CO wife going insane. The servants tremblingly brought her medicine. Only I remained calm. I even conveniently picked up the chair she kicked over and sat down. Butler Chu couldn't help but speak up. "Aren't you afraid?" I answered calmly. "She is my wife. Why should I be afraid?" Butler Chu looked at me with a disdainful gaze. I didn't expect this new young master to get into character so quickly, even calling her wife, but marrying this kind of wife is worse than being single for life. The medicine was quickly brought over, but the new servant didn't dare to bring it over and feed her, afraid of being beaten to death by that mad woman before even feeding her the medicine. Butler Chu also didn't dare to go over and feed her. He only knew how to scold his subordinates for being useless. "Give the medicine to me," I suddenly spoke up. The servant immediately handed the medicine over and was secretly glad to finally get rid of the hot potato. I took the bowl and said, "Everyone, get out. I will take good care of her, young master. You just arrived. You're not yet familiar with the eldest young miss. How about we stay by your side and watch you finish feeding her the medicine?" After the butler finished speaking, I unceremoniously interrupted Butler Chu. "She is already my wife. I can naturally take good care of her. Get out. Please close the door." Butler Chu was furious inside. He thought to himself, "Fine. Since you're not afraid of death, I'll leave it all to you. When you get bullied by that mad woman later, don't come crying and begging us." So the butler led the two maids out. As soon as the room door closed, I turned around and poured the medicine into the toilet, because when the medicine was brought in just now, I had smelled a strong herbal scent. The medicine contained a faint sour, rotten smell. This sour, rotten smell is very distinctive. It's the characteristic scent of the mind. Bewitching grass. This mind-bewitching grass has hallucinogenic effects. Consuming it over a long period will disrupt the mind, causing symptoms of madness, eventually causing one to die with their lamp oil spent. Because mind-bewitching grass is very rare, it can only be found in the northern region of Myanmar. Not many people in the country can recognize it. Originally, I suspected Xinyui might be feigning madness, but now it seems she is truly insane. It's just that this kind of madness isn't like a mental illness. It's a man-made condition. It seems the muddy waters of the Shin family are deeper than imagined. About half an hour later, Xinyui finally fainted on the bed. Only then did I slowly walk over to check her pulse. The symptoms were indeed as I had guessed. Moreover, it has reached the final stage. If left untreated, she will surely be meeting her maker within a month. I carefully observed Shen Yui again. I must say, this woman's beauty is devastating. A woman like this would make countless men drool. So why was she made to be so miserable? Her wrists and ankles, due to the shackles, after struggling with such force just now, all had bloodstains on them. I took out the key I had conveniently taken from Butler Chu and removed her shackles. Then I gave her a pill to take. I then felt the back of her neck and seemed to feel something. I pulled it out with force and pulled out a silver needle. Shinyu. We let out a soft groan from the pain, but her complexion visibly improved. The color of the silver needle had darkened slightly. It was clear it had been embedded in her head for a long time. How vicious. Next, I helped her adjust into a more comfortable sleeping position and even thoughtfully covered her with a blanket. In the evening, a servant brought several sets of clothes. Looking at the packaging, you could tell they were all designer brands, but the brands weren't very famous. I wasn't polite about it. I chose a shirt I liked. Then I went into the bathroom to shower and put on the new clothes. When I came out again, my entire aura and appearance had completely changed. At this moment, Butler Chu came looking for me. Without knocking, he directly pushed the door open and entered, completely disregarding me. "Butler Chu, what is it? Remember to knock next time you come in. The fourth young master is back from school. He heard there's a newcomer in the house and told you to go over and meet him." Butler Chu saw me still sitting on the sofa reading a book with no intention of going at all and urged me again. I then lazily replied, "If my brother-in-law wants to see me, he should come here himself. It's not right for an elder to go see a junior." Butler Chu was amused by my words. "I say, young master, it's one thing for you to put on airs in front of us servants, but who is the fourth young master? He is the apple of the master and mistress eye. He is a proper master of this house, and you dare tell him to come see you?" I turned a page of the book, reading engrossedly, and said nonchalantly, "It's fine if he doesn't want to come. I don't want to see him either." Hearing this, Butler Chu couldn't help but laugh out loud. Fine. Since you're so tactless, let's see how the fourth young master teaches you a lesson later. He's the little tyrant of our Shin family. No one dares to provoke him." After saying that, Butler Chu left in a huff. I finally put down my book and stood up. But it wasn't because I was scared by the butler's last words. It was because I saw Shen Yu. We had opened her eyes. Her eyes were still a little dazed, but unlike before, she didn't scream and lash out madly upon opening her eyes. She was very quiet at this moment, silently staring at the ceiling for a long time. Then she shifted her gaze. Her eyes fell on me. "Lying down for so long, you must be tired, right? Get up and sit for a while." But she and you, we didn't move, nor did she say anything. Like a puppet, she let me help her up and sit on the edge of the bed. I looked at her appearance, very satisfied. The recovery isn't bad, although she's still a bit dazed now. But there's no rush. She'll fully recover very soon. Butler Chu had long disliked me. Seizing this opportunity, he embellished the story and told Shen Mobai everything, as expected. Shen Mobai flew into a rage. I want to see him. That's me giving him face, and he dares to say he doesn't want to see me? Does he really think he's my brother-in-law? He didn't like coming up to the 5th floor before because Shen Yui was too cold and arrogant. She never gave him a good look. Later, when Shen Yue went mad, she became very terrifying. He wanted to come even less. Today, he was truly blinded by anger. When Shen Mobai angrily pushed the door open, preparing to teach me a lesson, he saw Shen Yue sitting on the edge of the bed. Eldest sister, you're awake? His relationship with Shen Yue was very distant. He didn't know much about her illness either. On the contrary, when the butler saw Shen Yue sit up, he assumed she was about to have another fit. He looked at her leg shackles again. The hand shackles were all removed. He immediately turned pale with fear. Why have the eldest young Mrs. Shackles been opened? Butler Chu hurriedly felt for the key in his pocket, but he felt nothing. I took out the key and dangled it in front of him. Are you looking for this? You dropped it at my place earlier. I saw that my wife's hands and feet had marks from the restraints, so I helped her unlock them. Butler Chu was so angry his face turned green. You dare to open the eldest young Mrs. Shackles? I asked innocently. My wife is not a criminal. Why does she have to be chained? Didn't you see how troublesome the eldest young miss is when she has a fit? With the shackles on, no one dares to get close. Taking them off will be even more troublesome. Thinking of Shen Yui's insane appearance. Butler Chu didn't dare to stay long. He pulled Shen Mobai, intending to leave. Young master, let's go quickly. If the eldest young miss has a fit, she won't recognize anyone. Shen Mobai didn't realize the danger. He only felt that I was being too arrogant. Seeing him arrive and being ignored, he immediately got angry. Even if my eldest sister is awake, isn't she still out of her mind? Can she really back you up? Let me tell you, it's because my dad is superstitious, believing that some auspicious marriage could improve my sister's condition, that he brought you into the family. In reality, my family doesn't see you as anything at all. At most, you're just a servant taking care of my eldest sister. As he spoke, his gaze swept over the bags of clothes on the chair. Butler Chu quickly explained. The mistress had someone buy them. She was afraid he would dress too shabbily and lose face. Shen Mobai sneered. Humph, a servant who waits on others. What's the need to dress so well? My mother is truly kind-hearted, Butler Chu. Didn't you say your son's birthday is coming up? Take those clothes as a gift. Hearing this, Butler Chu was immediately overjoyed. Those are all designer clothes. Selling them would fetch a lot of money. He wanted to go and get them, but he was wary of that madwoman. Butler Chu then said to me, Young master, please trouble yourself to bring the clothes over here for me. I glanced at Shen Mobai, without a word, and obediently picked up the bags of clothes. I even picked up 2 sets of clothes that had fallen out and put them back in. Butler Chu smiled smugly. Just as he reached out to take them, he saw me turn around and place all the bags of clothes at Shen Yui's feet. Shen Mobai's face darkened. What do you mean by that? My younger brother wants them, so naturally I can't ignore it. But I'm already Shen Yui's husband. It's better if she agrees to these things. My eldest sister is not in her right mind. She can possibly answer. Do you think she can stand up for you? You won't bring them over, right? Then I'll come get them myself. Fourth young master Butler Chu originally intended to pull him back, but Shen Mobai, who didn't know what was good for him, had already rushed forward and said resentfully, Don't think you can use my eldest sister as a shield. My eldest sister. Smack! A crisp slap landed on Shen Mobai's face. That handsome face immediately bore a clear handprint. Shen Mobai was stunned by the slap. He looked at Shen Yui with a dazed expression. Then he looked at me. You dare to hit me? It was your eldest sister who hit you. After saying that, I even gave Shen Yue a reproachful look. Wife, you're really something? Aren't they just a few sets of clothes? Was it necessary to strike your younger brother? At this moment, Shen Yue slightly opened her eyes and looked forward blankly. It's just that from Shen Mobai's angle. He couldn't see her expression clearly. Shen Mobai couldn't believe it. He turned to look at the butler. Butler Chu had a pained expression. The young master moved too quickly. I didn't see clearly, however, Shen Mobai wouldn't let it go. He wanted to say something else when he suddenly felt a sharp pain in the back of his knee and knelt down with a thud at my feet. I couldn't help but laugh. Little brother, although I'm your brother-in-law, there's no need to perform such a kowtowing ceremony. It's not ancient times after all. After saying that, I glanced at Shen Yui beside me. He's your own younger brother? There's no need to be so harsh. Shen Mobai gritted his teeth in anger. It was Butler Chu who reacted first. He hurriedly pulled him out. Young master, the young miss seems a bit unwell today. Let's go quickly. If you want to deal with that brat, there'll be plenty of opportunities later. He didn't need to say it. Shen Mobai didn't dare to cause trouble anymore. The back of his knee no longer hurt because his entire leg had gone completely numb. He couldn't even stand steadily now. He could only let Butler Chu drag him away. I wasn't at all affected by the matter with Shen Mobai. Taking care of Shen Yue, lie down, and so she fell asleep again. I spoke to the sleeping woman myself. I hit your younger brother. You probably won't blame me, right? If you dare to blame me, I'll make you go insane once more, Shen Yue. In her sleep, her thick eyelashes trembled slightly, as if she had heard, yet also as if she hadn't. Shen Mobai had originally planned to find his parents to stand up for him, but his father was away at the moment, and his mother was nowhere to be found. He couldn't find anyone to back him up. His leg was still numb, afraid it might become crippled. He told Butler Chu to take him to the hospital. All kinds of tests were done, but nothing was found until the next day when his leg inexplicably got better. As for Jiang Yudao, she played mahjong all night. It wasn't until morning that she heard her son was in the hospital. She rushed over, hearing that he was kicked by the mad Shen Yue. Her expression changed immediately. "Did you say Shen Yue is awake?" She angrily glared at Butler Chu. "The eldest young Mrs. Condition, what's it like?" "The young master doesn't know. Don't you know either?" "Who told you to take him up there?" But Jiang Yudao gave him no chance to explain at all. "What do you mean you didn't see? The young master was so frightened, and you still dare to make excuses. Don't even think about getting this month's bonus. If you make another mistake, get out of the Sheen family." After scolding Butler, Jiang Yudao turned to lecture her son. "I told you not to go to the 5th floor. Why didn't you listen? What's so interesting about that madwoman? When she has a fit, she won't recognize anyone. This time you were lucky it wasn't serious. What if your leg was really injured?" Shen Mobai wasn't comforted by his mother and was even scolded. He immediately felt very wronged. Who wanted to see that madwoman? I just heard that Dad found her an auspicious groom and was curious for a moment. I wanted to see what kind of scumbag would be willing to marry into a family for money and marry a madwoman. He's just a servant. Let me tell you the truth. Your eldest sister is terminally ill. Dr. Zhang said it won't be more than a month. Hearing that, Shen Mobai was extremely surprised. "Mom, are you saying eldest sister is going to die?" Jiang Yudao knew she had misspoken, but she didn't mind. "Anyway, I've already told you. Just keep it to yourself. Don't speak nonsense outside. Your father also feels guilty towards her, which is why he thought of finding her a nominal husband, so she won't be too desolate when she passes. As for that brat, when the time comes, we can just find any reason to kick him out, and you're getting angry over that kind of scoundrel." Hearing that, Shen Mobai felt a little better. "The weather is very nice today. The temperature is neither hot nor cold. It's extremely comfortable. Even Shen Yu's complexion is a bit better today. This morning when I fed her, she knew to open her mouth on her own. Her eyes were also constantly fixed on me. She's not as dazed as yesterday. I helped her into the wheelchair and asked gently, 'You haven't been out for fresh air in a long time, have you?' Shen Yue slowly turned her head to look out the window. I immediately understood. Then let's go for a walk in the garden. This will also be good for your recovery. It's been a full 3 years. Shen Yue had never stepped out of the room on the 5th floor. As soon as she went out, the servants in the house were all very surprised to see her. Butler Chu wanted to come and persuade me, but didn't quite dare to. He hurriedly called Jiang Yudao. Jiang Yudao said coldly, "Just leave it for now. I'll be right back. Help me notify Dr. Zhang to come and take a look." Originally, Jiang Yudao thought that if I could be a bit more obedient, she would give me some benefits after Shen Yue died, and then kick me out, but it seems this will require some effort. However, I didn't even know that just taking a casual walk would make people hold a grudge. Even if I knew, it wouldn't matter. At this moment, I gently removed a fallen flower from Shen Yui's head. When I lowered my head, I saw a faint trace of sadness in her eyes. I thought she was moved by the scenery, thinking about her current situation. I comforted her. "Let what's past be past. Soon you'll be able to be like before. Just think of these 3 years as a dream." Hearing this, Shen Yue slowly raised her head and met my gentle, water-like gaze. Her lips parted slightly. With difficulty but stubbornly, she uttered one word. "No. Then hurry up and recover, and trample all those who harmed you under your feet." On the small path not far away came the sound of messy footsteps. A group of people rushed in hastily, shattering the tranquility before us. "Who told you to bring the eldest young miss out here?" Jiang Yudao, leading the group, shouted. "I just told you yesterday to be obedient and know your place. It seems you don't take my words seriously. Butler Chu, take the eldest young miss back to her room immediately, then take the young master to the laundry room, since he won't sit still. From now on, all the shoes in the house will be his to wash." Butler Chu was already suspicious. Now with Jiang Yudao backing him up, he naturally wouldn't be timid anymore. "Young master, the young miss needs to rest. Please follow me to the laundry room." As Butler Chu spoke, he aggressively tried to grab me. Who knew that before he could even touch a hair on me, he was tripped by my leg and fell flat on his face. My movement was very fast. Others couldn't see me make a move at all. They thought the butler had carelessly fallen on his own while I pretended to be concerned and squatted down, intending to help the butler up. I said worriedly, "Butler, are you okay? You're this old. Why are you so careless when you walk?" Butler Chu spat out the dirt in his mouth. Just as he was about to speak, he felt his vision go dark and fainted. Actually, when I helped him up, I took the opportunity to press his fainting pressure point. Yesterday, Shen Mobai's leg was numb all night and he couldn't stand up. It was also because he was kicked in the leg. On the numbing point, this pressure point technique, passed down to this day, is known by few. Those who can use it to a divine level are even fewer, so much so that many people mistakenly believe pressure point techniques are just fabrications from TV dramas. Jiang Yudao also didn't expect Butler Chu to be so useless, fainting from just a simple fall. She even started considering making him retire early. The Shin family doesn't need a butler who can even walk steadily. Jiang Yudao's face turned cold. She ordered the bodyguard behind her. "What are you standing there for?" Quickly take the eldest young miss back to her room. This black bodyguard's name is Babulu. He looked strong and sturdy. You could tell at a glance that he wasn't someone to be trifled with. It's said that he once won first place in an international Santa competition and can fight 10 people at once. Later, Zhang Yudao hired him as a bodyguard for a large sum of money. She takes him everywhere. Back then, when Shen Yui first started going mad, she hadn't been handcuffed and shackled yet. Everyone was afraid to get close. In the end, it was Babulu who subdued her and put the cuffs on her. It has been a full 3 years since they were put on. Seeing Babulu again, Shen Yui's fingers clenched tightly. If her body wasn't still a bit stiff right now, Shen Yui wished she could chop him into 1,000 pieces. Babulu walked over. "Excuse me, eldest young miss?" After speaking, he took out a new set of cuffs, preparing to put them on. Shen Yui, just like back then. Before he could get close, I had already blocked Shen Yui's wheelchair, speaking in a calm voice. According to our country's laws, no one is allowed to arbitrarily imprison or restrict the freedom of others. You are a foreigner. Violating the law will get you deported from the country, you know. Hearing this, a trace of confusion appeared on Babulu's dark face. He turned to look at Zhang Yudao. Seeing me block him, Zhang Yudao sneered. "This is the Shen family's territory, and you dare to bring up the law here? How ridiculous. Do you know your place? This is the Shen family's territory." I was not scared at all and asked a question in return. Is the Shen family's territory not within our country's borders? If it is within our country's borders, then everyone must be bound by the law. Following the law is also the responsibility of every citizen. After saying that, I took out my phone and started recording a video. The eldest miss of the Shen family was chained up by her stepmother for 3 years. Once such a shocking video is released, let's not even talk about whether the police will come knocking. Public opinion will surely explode. Zhang Yudao was so angry she gritted her teeth. "You dare threaten me? Babulu, what are you standing there for?" After snatching that brat's phone, forbid him from using any communication devices. Babulu received the order and no longer held back. He reached out, intending to snatch my phone. As for me, I coldly looked up, facing Babulu's large hand, and threw a punch, forcing Babulu to retreat 3 steps. From his palm to his arm, the shock numbed him completely. Babulu looked at me in disbelief and saw a hint of killing intent radiating from my cold eyes. This killing intent was definitely not something that could be honed through simple training, but was more like that of a warrior who had gone through life and death trials. This made me speak coldly. "Babulu, how long have you been here?" As I asked, I casually touched the necklace around my neck. And so, everything here was transmitted live through a hidden camera to the monitoring room of some mysterious base. In that place, 5 years. Perhaps my aura was too strong, or perhaps that punch was too shocking, to the point that Babulu answered unconsciously. "You must have earned quite a bit in 5 years. If you want to earn money in a country, you must obey its laws. Otherwise, it'll send you packing back home." At the same time, in a mysterious base, a man with a cold, sharp aura was staring at the surveillance monitor while taking out his walkie-talkie and ordered an investigation into the African man named Babulu. Find a reason to deport him from the country. Zhang Yudao, afraid that Shen Yue would go crazy, stood at a slight distance, so she couldn't clearly see how we had just fought. She even thought that Babulu didn't dare to act against a new son-in-law like me, and immediately became furious. "Babulu, have you forgotten who your master is? Hurry up and capture this brat. What's the point of talking so much to him?" Although Babulu subconsciously felt that I was not to be trifled with, he relied on Zhang Yudao for his livelihood. So even if he occasionally broke the law, he didn't care at all. After all, this madam of the Shen family was very formidable, with very strong connections. Protecting him was not a problem at all. At this moment, Babulu let out a roar, like a soul-shaking beast. His hands clenched into fists and swung towards me with great power. He had underestimated his enemy just now, so he only used 30% of his strength, but this time, he used his full strength. "I'm sorry, young master, you brought all of this upon yourself." Shen Yui had her back to everyone and couldn't see the specific situation on my side clearly. She only felt that I would be in danger. She tried to struggle, wanting to stand up. Damn it, my 2 legs still have no feeling. I can't stand up at all. Just as she was extremely anxious, she only heard a loud bang from behind. The cherry blossom tree trembled, its blossoms falling profusely. Cherry blossoms rained down, blurring everyone's vision. Just now, as Babulu's punch flew out, it was about to hit me. I suddenly frowned and noticed that my shoelace had come untied at some point, so I bent down to tie my shoelace, which also happened to dodge the punch. Babulu's full-force punch did not miss. It hit the tree trunk behind me. The entire cherry blossom tree was immediately shaken, shedding all its blossoms, which fell densely. At the same time, my gaze shifted slightly. I immediately made my move, delivering 4 consecutive palm strikes, hitting the main pressure points on Babulu's arms and legs. By the time the cherry blossoms finished falling, Zhang Yudao's vision became clear, only to see Babulu kneeling there for some unknown reason, motionless, with both hands raised high, in a posture of surrender. Seeing this, Zhang Yudao was almost angered to death by this fool. She roared, Babalu, what is you fool doing? I told you to deal with that brat. Why did you kneel? This time, Babalu truly understood how formidable I was, a true master who hid his skills. He opened his mouth, intending to explain to Jiang Yudao, but my hand was already on his shoulder. I said with a smile, "Did you do something to wrong my wife? Otherwise, why would you suddenly kneel before her like that? But I accept this, kneel." Babalu wanted to explain, but he found that he couldn't speak anymore. When I patted him, I had conveniently hit his mute pressure point. Useless thing. Jiang Yudao cursed and took out her phone, intending to call the head of security in the courtyard when the head of security's call came in. Without waiting for Jiang Yudao to speak, the head of security said in an anxious voice, "Madame, a few police officers have arrived at the gate. They have an arrest warrant saying that Mr. Babalu, who is with you, has been reported by the public on suspicion of soliciting prostitutes, and they want to take him in for verification. If the situation is true, he will also be deported from the country and permanently banned from re-entry." As soon as these words were spoken, Jiang Yudao was so angry she could spit blood. Did I give him too much money? Little did she know, Babalu was suffering even more inwardly. Soliciting prostitutes was true, but he went to a high-end club, and it was never a problem before. Why was he reported this time? It's over with a criminal record. How will I earn money in the future? In the end, Babalu was carried away by the police. The pressure points on his body would take at least a day and a night to release. At this moment, I helped brush off for Shen Yue the flower petals that had fallen on her in a gentle voice. "We've been out for a while. You must be tired, right? They'll push you back to rest." From beginning to end, I didn't even glance at Jiang Yudao. Jiang Yudao was so angry she was trembling, but she couldn't do anything to me. Right at this moment, Dr. Zhang arrived. "Madam, why is the eldest miss outside?" Jiang Yudao saw that Shen Yue seemed to be in good spirits today and said to Dr. Zhang in annoyance, "Go check on the eldest miss's health." "Hello, young master. I am the eldest miss's private doctor. I heard the eldest miss had an episode yesterday, so I came specially to check on her health." Before he could finish speaking, I pushed Shen Yue straight ahead. Although Dr. Zhang felt quite embarrassed, he shamelessly followed. "Young master, you must be tired too. Let me push the eldest miss." However, before Dr. Zhang's hand could touch the wheelchair, slap, he received a slap on the face. Dr. Zhang held his face, feeling extremely wronged. "Young master, how can you just hit people like that? I don't even give Jiang Yudao face, let alone a henchman like you, whom I can see through at a glance. If I were you, I definitely wouldn't ask for trouble." Dr. Zhang had received Jiang Yudao's orders to re-examine Shen Yue today to confirm how much her health had deteriorated. So even after being slapped, he refused to back down. He put on a doctor's tone and said, "Young master, examining the eldest miss is my duty as a doctor. If you keep obstructing me, do you have other intentions?" What a nice preemptive strike, shifting all the blame onto me. You treat the eldest miss and she only gets worse, yet you have the nerve to call yourself a doctor. I'm afraid you're just a quack. Hearing this, Dr. Zhang's face turned pale. "Young master, what do you mean by that?" I gave a faint smile. A doctor's duty is to heal the sick and save people, not to resort to any means for money. What people do, the heavens are watching. Be careful of retribution. After saying that, I pushed the wheelchair straight ahead. Dr. Zhang stood stunned, on the spot. What did he mean? Could it be that he has seen through something? Dr. Zhang dared not delay, and hurried off to see Jiang Yudao to voice his suspicions. "Madam, to be frank with you, I just saw that the eldest Mrs. complexion seems much better. If it's not a final burst of life, then it's saved what? Could that brat really save that crazy girl?" Dr. Zhang said thoughtfully. "It's hard to say. But the eldest miss is already very ill. She can't be saved just like that. It's just that I'm worried that after the eldest miss dies, the young master will go out and talk nonsense." Hearing this, Jiang Yudao slammed the table and laughed coldly. A poor boy from a humble family dares to act so presumptuously in the Shen family's home. How outrageous! That's right, you're not wrong. But Jiang Yudao felt a little regretful. Had she known the live-in son-in-law was so difficult to deal with, she would have vehemently opposed the auspicious marriage. After this crazy girl dies, just kick him out of the house. Does he really think he's someone important? Jiang Yudao thought again, to avoid any unexpected complications. Perhaps it's time to send them off on their way. During the day, the servants brought medicine several times. Of course, I didn't let Shen Yue drink it anymore. I even personally checked her meals, only letting her eat after confirming there were no problems. In the evening, I gave Shen Yue a dose of my medicine, and she recovered a little more. Her speech was still a bit slurred. I recover. I understood what she meant and quickly explained, "After all, you've been sick for so long, can't be too hasty. Trust me, but you recover quickly." After saying that, I tucked Shen Yue in. "Go to sleep." Hearing this, she closed her eyes and quickly fell asleep. I slept on the sofa. Before sleeping, I thought that after Shen Yue recovers, I must have her arrange a new room for me. The next day, I took Shen Yue out for a walk. Medicinal treatment is one thing, but going for a walk to relax would be more beneficial for her recovery. As usual, we took the elevator downstairs, but just as the elevator doors closed, the surroundings were suddenly plunged into darkness. I hurriedly pressed the emergency call button in the elevator, but couldn't contact anyone at all. My phone couldn't make calls either. It was clear the signal had been blocked. It seems this was not a simple power outage, but was deliberately caused by someone. To avoid any unexpected complications, Zhang Yudao decided to speed things up, deliberately creating a power outage. Being trapped in a powerless elevator for a few hours might be nothing for an ordinary person, but for Shen Yue, who had been taking heart-bewitching grass for a long time, it would increase mental stimulation. Her illness was already very severe. The more frequent her fits of madness, the faster it would wear away what little life she had left. Once any accident occurred, the responsibility would fall entirely on me. At that time, it wouldn't just be about getting kicked out of the house, but my legal responsibility would also be pursued. At this moment, Zhang Yudao was sitting in the living room on the first floor, leisurely drinking coffee. And he thought taking the crazy girl out for a walk would cure her, and then she'd have his back? Ridiculous. At this time, Butler Chu obsequiously came over and asked, "Madam, they've been trapped for a while now. How much longer do we have to wait?" Butler Chu was eager to see me suffer. He had lost to me several times, but couldn't do anything about it. Hearing this, Zhang Yudao took a sip of coffee and said, "No rush. Our young master is so capable, isn't he? Who knows, he might even be able to fix the elevator himself and crawl out. In the elevator, there are only me and Shen Yue. No matter which one of them has an accident, she would be happy to see it." Just as she was feeling smug, Shen Zhe, who hadn't been home for over half a month, suddenly returned. This surprised Zhang Yudao a little. She hurried over to greet him. "Husband, didn't you say you'd be back next week? Why did you suddenly come back early?" Shen Zhe was a famous playboy in the capital. Ever since he matured, in a certain sense, he had never been serious. He was either having an affair or on his way to have an affair. Besides womanizing, he didn't know how to do anything else. Because of this, Shen Yu's grandfather, to prevent the family's decline, bypassed his son and directly passed the position of head of the Shen family to his granddaughter. Zhang Yudao was used to turning a blind eye to her husband's affairs. After all, as long as it didn't shake her position, it was fine. "Didn't you say a few days ago that Wee Wee's episodes are getting more frequent?" "I thought, we're father and daughter after all. It's better if I come back to see her more often." "Where is Wei Wei?" "I'll go see her. Isn't the auspicious son-in-law already living here?" "After the auspicious marriage, has Wei Wei's health improved?" After speaking, Shenzi intended to go upstairs to visit Shen Yue. He had been debauched these years, but he still remembered his daughter from time to time, especially Shen Yue. This was the child born from the woman he loved most, and also the most outstanding among his children. Now she had become a madwoman, but the family bond was still there. Zhang Yudao's eyes darted around. "Don't even mention it. You just had to be superstitious and arrange this auspicious marriage, and as a result, that brat is a jinx. He doesn't care about Wei Wei's health at all, and even pushes her outside to face the wind and cold. I don't know if he's hoping Wei Wei will die, so he can take the compensation money and leave." Shen Zi was furious upon hearing this. "What kind of stepmother are you? You just let him do as he pleases?" Zhang Yudao pretended to be aggrieved. "I wanted to manage him, but he doesn't see me as his stepmother. He makes all the decisions himself. I say one thing and he'll talk back with 10. As they were talking, a servant slowly came to report. "Master, madam, it's not good." The young master insisted on taking the eldest miss out to play, and the elevator just happened to break down. "They're trapped in the elevator?" Zhang Yudao pretended to be surprised and said, "Oh my. Her health is not good. She can't even get out of bed. How could he take her out to play? This must be the young master's doing. What are you standing there for? Hurry and find someone to open the elevator. Don't let Wei Wei get scared." Shen? She was also worried. "Which floor is the eldest miss trapped on?" "On the 5th floor." Quick, let's go." "The 5th floor? The elevator isn't working." Everyone ran straight up to the 5th floor. Shenja, panting, asked, "Where's the elevator maintenance staff?" "They happen to be on leave today. We've already called them, but it will take some time for them to get back." To keep us trapped for a little longer, Zhang Yudao had given the elevator maintenance staff leave in advance. Shenzi pounded on the elevator door. "Wei Wei, how are you? Just wait a moment. The repairman will be here soon." There was no answer from inside. Zhang Yudao pretended to be worried and said, "Why is there no sound? The air inside is not good. Wei Wei hasn't fainted, has she? Then what are you waiting for? Maintenance? Hurry and call someone to pry the door open. Non-professionals can't just pry it open. If we're not careful and the elevator car falls, the people inside will be in mortal danger." Right at this moment, a deep male voice suddenly sounded from behind. "Why is everyone gathered around the elevator door?" Zhang Yudao suddenly turned her head and saw me, the person who should have been trapped in the elevator, standing right there at the room's entrance, looking at them with a confused expression. I chuckled. "Does everyone want to take the elevator?" I walked to the elevator door, pressed the button, and the elevator doors opened easily. There was no one inside. Seeing this, Shenji was stunned. Isn't the elevator broken? Who are you? He's the one you found, the auspicious son-in-law, Jiang Yudao said with annoyance, then asked me, weren't you and the eldest miss trapped in the elevator? Why has it been so noisy outside for a while without you showing up? Were you deliberately trying to make people worry? Hearing this, I put on an innocent expression. The elevator did have a little trouble just now. I did call for help, but I couldn't reach anyone. When we got out, there was no one outside. I thought no one knew we were trapped in the elevator. Shenja flared up after hearing this, glaring at the servants around him. Is what he said true? You didn't even know someone was trapped in the elevator? Are you all useless? The servants lowered their heads, silent like cicadas in winter, not daring to say it was Jiang Yudao's order. As for how we got out, I smiled nonchalantly. It must have been luck. The elevator returned to normal in less than 2 minutes. Actually, I knew someone did it on purpose, so I opened the elevator door myself and casually fixed the problem. Is Wei Wei okay? Shen. She breathed a sigh of relief after hearing this. It seems this brat does have some luck, truly worthy of being here for an auspicious marriage. I smiled. You must be father, right? I think she's fine. You can rest assured. Jiang Yudao didn't miss this opportunity and immediately criticized me. It's all your fault for insisting on pushing the eldest miss out to play. She's a patient. How could she go crazy with you? If something really happened, even paying with your life wouldn't be enough to atone for the mistake. Jiang Yudao, seeing Shenja's face darken, continued to add fuel to the fire. Yesterday, Dr. Zhang wanted to come check on Wei Wei's health, but this brat, for some crazy reason, desperately prevented the examination. I don't know if he's deliberately trying to worsen Wei Wei's condition. The meaning was very clear, implying that I had ill intentions to harm Shen Yue. As soon as these words were spoken, Shenja's expression immediately changed. I didn't expect you to be so foolish. It's one thing not to know the severity of the situation, but you also have ill intentions to harm my daughter. Jiang Yudao didn't stay idle either. Continue to twist the knife. That's right, our Shen family can't have a son-in-law like that. Otherwise, I'm afraid Yue will be harmed to death by him. Shen just spoke coldly. It seems you're not suitable to be the son-in-law of our Shen family. You should go. I will find another husband for Yue. I am now Yue's legal husband, unless my wife herself speaks up. Otherwise, no one can arbitrarily tell us to divorce. Jiang Yuyao didn't expect that. I would dare to talk back to Shenji. Whether to divorce or not. This is not for you to decide. Call the security team to throw this rotten kid out. Just at this moment, a clear, cold voice was heard. Who dares to touch? My, Shen Yuai's husband? As soon as the voice spoke, everyone was shocked. Then, the room door opened. Shen Yue slowly came out in a wheelchair. Her face was still a bit pale, but her entire demeanor was completely different. Her eyes were no longer dazed and lifeless. Instead, they gazed gloomily at everyone, so cold they could freeze everything around them. Jiang Yuyao immediately felt that she had truly returned, the person from the past, though she spoke little, but one look was enough to intimidate everyone around, that Shen Yue was back. Besides me, among those present, the happiest person was probably only Shenji. Yue, are you awake? Do you recognize me, your father? Hearing this, Shen Yue looked up at him with a cold gaze. Father, long time no see. Shenji didn't hear the sarcasm in Shen Yue's words. He was still happy and wanted to hug his daughter. Who would have thought Shen Yue would turn her wheelchair to avoid him? Her gaze fell directly on Jiang Yuyao. What? Auntie, you want to kick my husband out? Jiang Yuyao. She had always been afraid of this woman who was like a god of death. At this moment, she was even more hesitant. She felt so guilty she couldn't speak. Shen Yue glanced at the servants around her. You can't even handle a small problem like a broken elevator. What's the use of having a bunch of useless people like you? Settle their wages and have them all leave. The servants in the house were all Jiang Yuyao's people. To say they were all replaced meant they were all replaced. But before Jiang Yuyao could speak, Shenji had already agreed. Replace them, replace them, replace them. New people, a new atmosphere. As long as Yue. You're happy. Things had come to this. Jiang Yuyao could only ask with concern, Yue, are you still feeling unwell anywhere? Or should I call Dr. Zhang to examine you? That old quack? Shen Yue sneered. No need. In fact, not only will I not use that old quack anymore, but I also want to send that old quack to prison. Don't think that just because she was sick for a few years. She doesn't know what these people have done. Yue, how about we take you to the hospital for a checkup? After Shenzi finished speaking, Shen Yue disrespectfully turned her wheelchair and left. Honey, let's go back to our room. Okay. With that, I pushed her into the room. As soon as the door closed, it shut out all the curious, probing gazes from outside. Your health hasn't fully recovered yet. Why did you suddenly come out? Actually, Shen Yue had recovered much better today. She could speak fluently, she could even stand up, and walk a few slow steps, but to walk swiftly, it would probably take a few more days. You were being bullied. Of course I couldn't just stand by. You saved me. I will repay you. Whatever you want, it's all yours. After 2 days of contact. Shen Yue knew I wasn't simple, that I came to the Shen family with ulterior motives. But none of that mattered. I saved her life, helped her so she no longer had to be a humiliated madwoman. Hearing this, I laughed out loud, looking at her serious expression. I don't know why. I suddenly wanted to tease her. Anything? Can I have you? As I spoke, I reached out and lifted her chin. You're quite pretty. You barely catch this young master's eye. It was originally just a joke. But Shen Yue blushed immediately. She turned her head away, then slowly replied with one word. Okay. After a pause, she spoke again. As long as you want it, you will always be the young master of the Shen family, and I will fulfill my duties as a wife. I will respect you and honor you for my entire life. I raised an eyebrow. Just respect and honor me? Not love me? As soon as these words were out, Shen Yue said apologetically, I'm very sorry. I really can't give you my heart. Because 5 years ago, this heart was already given to another man. He is just like you. He's also the one who saved my life. Unfortunately, I have never been able to find him. To say this, it's a bit heartless. But instead of deceiving you, it's better to be honest from the start. Other than that, you can have whatever you want, even this life of mine. Turns out she's a lovelorn fool. I chuckled. I didn't mind at all. After all, I'm only here temporarily for a mission. Not getting involved in feelings is actually better for both of us. Then okay, let's make a pact. We'll be a nominal husband and wife for now. When you one day find the man in your heart, I will give up this position as young master. When Shen Yue heard me say that, a feeling of being touched welled up in her heart. Rest assured, you are already my husband. I will absolutely not wrong you. Finding him is just to fulfill a wish. In the future, unless you find another love, otherwise no one can chase you away. As she spoke, her expression suddenly darkened. To be honest with you, I've been looking for him for several years with no results. Everyone else tells me it's very likely he's no longer in this world. But I don't believe it. I always feel that he's in some corner of the world. Hearing that, I smiled nonchalantly and said comfortingly, I'll help you investigate later. After all, if I really want to investigate someone, there is no one in the whole world that I cannot find. But Shen Yue didn't take my words to heart. Instead, she turned and asked, how many more days until my body fully recovers? Tomorrow at the earliest, the day after at the latest, you can function like a normal person. After all, you've been sick for 3 years. Your body is too weak. It needs some time to recuperate. You shouldn't overexert yourself. Seeing Shen Yue frown, I guessed her thoughts. A gentleman's revenge is never too late, even after 10 years. Why rush it in a day or two? The one who harmed you is surely Zhang Yuyao, wanting to get rid of her. Isn't it as easy as flipping your hand? Shen Yue let out a cold laugh. Relying on a brainless woman like Zhang Yuyao, at most, she's just a knife used by others to deal with her. There are many ways. I just don't want her to die too easily. Otherwise, how would it be worthy of the 3 years I was shackled? When Shen Yue spoke, her tone was very indifferent. But the hidden killing intent within could not be underestimated. I couldn't help but recall a comment I had read in Shen Yue's file. This person has a heart of stone, holds grudges, and will always seek revenge. Anyone who offends her ends up in a miserable state. In the evening, Shenji personally came to call Shen Yue downstairs for dinner, and said with a hearty laugh, I heard you're awake. Your second uncle and his wife specially returned from Jiangcheng. Even Fei Fei is back. Look at your prestige. It's even greater than mine. Every time I come back, I don't see them paying this much attention. Shen Yue didn't hold back and twisted the knife. That's because every time you come back, it's to ask for money. And when you go out, it's to fool around with women. Shen Yue never gave this father of hers, Shenzi, any face. Hearing this, Shenzi laughed awkwardly. Yue, in front of an outsider, at least save some face for me. I raised my eyebrows slightly. An outsider, is he talking about me? The next second I felt my hand warm up. It was held by Shen Yue again. She looked up and smiled at me. We're already married. A husband is the closest family. Shenji was suddenly force-fed a bowl of dog food. His heart was full of dissatisfaction. This wild girl has never given this old man a decent smile since she was a child. Why is she smiling so gently at a man she's only known for a few days? Sigh, forget it, forget it. I'll go first. You two should come down for breakfast soon. After Shenzi left and the door closed, Shen Yue spoke. Shenzi has always been a selfish person. He has done his fair share of burning bridges after crossing them. Just now, he called you an outsider. It was actually a test. If I hadn't shown my stance, he would have found trouble with you next. I scoffed. Burning bridges after crossing them? We'll have to see if he has the ability to do so. I know you're not afraid, of course. I just don't want to cause you more trouble. When the two of us came down from the 5th floor, the spacious dining room was already full of people. At this time, second uncle Shen Lingxiao spoke first. Eldest sister, you look well. You seem to have recovered very well. Your little brother is truly happy for you. After speaking, he didn't forget to greet me. This must be the new brother-in-law, right? I've been on a business trip for the past 2 days, so I didn't get to meet you. Brother-in-law, please don't blame me. With that, he glanced at his wife, Wu Xiaolian, signaling her. She immediately took out a red velvet box. This is the wedding gift my wife and I prepared for you. See if you like it. I took the gift and opened it. Oh my, it's a diamond-studded watch. Someone who didn't know would think it was very expensive, but I knew with just a glance that the diamond quality was very ordinary. It's a cheap imitation, basically worthless. I didn't expose it, but I didn't show much excitement either. I just said a faint thank you. It's good that you like it. We're family, no need to be polite. On the surface, Wu Xiaolian was smiling like a flower, but in her heart, she was mocking me. Country bumpkin, so inexperienced. Shen Mobai, who was beside them, was hugging his pet dog. He looked from afar. He couldn't see the material of the watch clearly. He just felt the design was nice. He said sourly to his second brother and sister-in-law, "Why did you give him a gift as soon as you arrived? I am also in need of a watch. Why not give it to me?" Shen Lingxiao chuckled. "You're a big boy now. Still have the nerve to ask for gifts? I'll have your second sister-in-law pick one out for you tomorrow." But after hearing that, I spoke faintly. "Fourth uncle, do you like this watch? How about I give it to you?" "Really?" Shen Mobai was a bit incredulous, that I would be so easygoing. Seeing this, I directly took the watch out in front of everyone, and proactively walked over to Shen Mobai. Shen Mobai thought I was definitely pretending to be a good guy in front of everyone to set him up. Chen Fan dares to pretend. Then I won't be polite and will take it. He felt smug, and reached out to take it. Who would have thought my hand would make a loop, causing him to miss, and I smoothly put the watch on the pet dog's paw. Not bad, it's a good fit. Shen Mobai was getting a little angry. When he lowered his head and saw the quality of the watch clearly, he laughed carelessly. "Second sister-in-law, you're too stingy, giving a fake watch, but I have to say, it looks pretty good on my dog." Shen Yui spoke coldly. "Is this the gift that second uncle carefully prepared for my husband? Do you really think lying down for 3 years turned me into a cripple? You think you can get away with giving a fake item?" Wu Xiaolian didn't expect to be exposed in front of everyone, and he even put the fake item on a dog. Wasn't this mocking that their gift was only fit for a dog? She was about to explain, when Shen Lingxiao spoke up first. "Eldest sister, don't be angry. This must be a misunderstanding. Your second sister-in-law was probably cheated. I'll buy another introductory gift for brother-in-law tomorrow. No need. My husband has very high standards. I'm afraid what you choose won't meet his approval. If you have the heart, how about changing it to cash?" Hearing that, I was immediately happy and immediately spoke up. "My account number is 99860 It's a rural credit cooperative card. It's best not to transfer from another bank, otherwise there will be a transaction fee. Second auntie would be heartbroken." Wu Xiaolian's heart was bleeding. How could this couple be so shameless? Who would exchange a gift for cash and have it transferred directly to their account? But Shen Lingxiao didn't seem to care and asked, "Is 1 million yuan enough?" 1 million yuan made Wu Xiaolian even more heartbroken. She kept winking at her husband. "It's just an introductory gift. There's no need for that much. 100,000 is enough to buy a very good watch." I found Wu Xiaolian's expression at this moment very interesting. I couldn't help but want to make her heart ache even more, so I spoke up. "I grew up in the countryside. I haven't seen much of the world. I really don't know if 1 million can buy a satisfactory watch. How about 2 million? Second uncle, do you think that's too much?" Wu Xiaolian was so angry her eyes were about to roll back. How dare this rotten kid ask for so much? Shen Lingxiao was the one who remained calm. He said, "Not much, as long as brother-in-law is happy." After speaking, he transferred the money to me in front of everyone. The transaction was complete. Everyone sat down at the table one by one. The servants continuously brought out dishes and served soup. Shen Lingxiao looked at these servants, all of whom were unfamiliar. So he asked, "Have all the people in the house been replaced?" Mentioning this, Zhang Yuyao couldn't even swallow her food. She said, "I'm not feeling well. I'm going back to my room first. Ever since I stepped through the door, she had encountered all sorts of misfortunes. Her powerful bodyguard was suddenly deported, and Shen Yue had inexplicably recovered. As soon as she became lucid, she replaced all the staff that she had built up over many years. Shenji didn't realize his wife was unhappy. He even explained at length to Shen Lingxiao about what happened this morning. Shen Lingxiao chuckled upon hearing it. Eldest sister is still as decisive as ever, replacing the staff so quickly, giving the house a completely new look. Shen Yue replied indifferently, "If I can't even manage a small family, then how can I manage?" After everyone finished breakfast, I pushed Shen Yue back to the room. I took her pulse again, and took out the pill for her to take. Shen Yue trusted me 100%. Without hesitation, she took the pill and then asked, "What exactly is this medicine you gave me?" I grinned like a rogue. "Poison. It's too late to know now. You've been taking it for several days. As long as it's poison you give me, I am willing to drink it." "What a fool. You're too trusting. What if I saved you first, then used you to do bad things, and finally killed you? Then there's no need to waste medicine. Whatever you want to do, just give the order. If you want my life, just say so." Hearing this, I laughed out loud. "You are still lively. More interesting. That pill is an antidote that I personally concocted. It can deal with many types of toxins. I have a habit of carrying some with me, just in case. Besides detoxification, there are no other side effects. Actually, I've saved many people, but only this woman before me becomes more interesting the more I look at her. Oh, right. There's something I want to tell you. Before, I shared a room with you, to prevent you from being harmed. Now the whole mansion is filled with your people. I guess no one can easily harm you anymore. I think maybe you should arrange a room for me. I've been sleeping on the sofa for the past 2 days. It's really too uncomfortable. I've made you suffer. Shen Yue thought seriously for a moment. Logically, I should prepare a room for you, but if I do that, others will know there's a problem between us. As soon as she finished speaking, I was also a bit troubled. That's true. How about we buy another bed? Let's buy a sofa bed. If it's folded during the day, it won't be easily discovered by others. Okay, I'll listen to you. Shen Yue immediately ordered someone to do it. 1 hour later, the sofa bed had been delivered. I have to say, the efficiency of Shen Yue's subordinates is still very fast. If it weren't for her unclear mind at the beginning, and her inability to give orders, she wouldn't have lived so miserably for the past 3 years. After setting up the bedding, I was just about to lie down, when Shen Yue beat me to it. What do you mean by that? I asked doubtfully. From now on, you sleep on the bed. Ill sleep. Here, with that, Shen Yue wrapped herself in the blanket. Go to sleep early. Good night. Since Shen Yue had made such a concession, I didn't hesitate to take over her luxurious large bed. I have to say this bed is really comfortable. I fell asleep quickly as soon as I lay down. Shen Yue had been pampered since she was a child. She had no experience sleeping on a sofa bed. On the first night, she woke up in the middle of the night, feeling unaccustomed to it. She turned over, preparing to go back to sleep. Her gaze accidentally fell on me. There was a nightlight in the room. The dim light of the night lamp cast a soft glow on my handsome face. Suddenly, my eyebrows furrowed tightly. A look of horror appeared on my face. It seemed like I was trapped in some nightmare. Don't you demons! Get away! Get away! Mom! Mommy, save me! At this moment, I was no longer the young man from the daytime who seemed to be able to solve any problem with ease. Now, I was like a weak kitten, curled up into a ball, while constantly talking in my sleep, calling for my mother. Shen Yue, at some unknown point, had lain down beside me. She held me and comforted me gently. Don't be afraid. It's just a dream. I'm here. No one can hurt you anymore. She didn't know my past. The only thing she could sense was that I had definitely endured many unknown hardships, perhaps sensing something. I gradually calmed down and fell into a deep sleep again. When I woke up and opened my eyes, it took me a few seconds to come to my senses. When I saw the person next to me clearly, I was extremely shocked. Shen Yue had climbed into my bed at some point and was hugging me. She was sleeping very soundly at this moment, even letting out soft snores. I immediately bristled like a cat. Flailing my limbs, I jumped off the bed. Before Shen Yue could react, I delivered a kick and directly kicked her off the bed. Shen Yue quickly shouted, I'm a patient. If you kill me, you won't be able to stay in this house anymore. Sneaking into my bed in the middle of the night. What on earth did you do to me? My fierce expression. Shen Yue sighed helplessly. Your clothes are still intact. What could I do to you? Besides, with your skills, even if you gave me 100 times the courage, I wouldn't dare to take advantage of you. I saw you having a nightmare last night, so I wanted to comfort you a little. I didn't expect to doze off in a daze. Only then did I calm down. I carefully checked my clothes. There was indeed no problem. I was just afraid of being taken advantage of. But on second thought, if something really happened, there's no way I would be completely unaware. This nightmare problem has troubled me for many years. No one has ever known about it. But I've gotten used to it. I didn't expect Shen Yue to find out. Oh well, I'll believe you for now, but I didn't forget to warn her fiercely. The fact that I have nightmares, don't just tell anyone about it. Also, next time, just pretend you didn't see anything. You're not allowed to hug me. Hearing this, Shen Yue was amused by me and burst out laughing. Don't worry, I guarantee I won't tell anyone. I looked at her suspiciously. Why are you laughing? Are you laughing at me? Shen Yue quickly suppressed her laughter. No, I wouldn't dare. I could only give up. A dignified man lost all his face in front of a weak girl. By the time we went downstairs to eat, it was already past 9 in the morning. Shen Lingxiao had already gone to work at the company. Wu Xiaolian was so heartbroken over the 2 million from last night that she couldn't sleep. She could only catch up on sleep during the day. Shen Ji had gone out to fool around last night. Jiang Yudao had also gone out to play mahjong to relieve her boredom. The husband and wife did their own things, minding their own business, so to speak. A sleepy Shen Mobai came downstairs as soon as he saw the dining room occupied by me and Shen Yue. Before he could even get close, Shen Yue gave him a cold glare. Shen Mobai immediately lost his appetite, lowered his head, and hurried out to go to school. I couldn't help but laugh. Your little brother didn't even eat. He was scared off by a single glance from you. Tisk, tisk. How pitiful. Shen Yue never liked the children born to Jiang Yudao, so of course she didn't show them a good face. Hearing this, she said with even more annoyance, Don't worry, he won't starve to death. After finishing breakfast, I suddenly spoke to Shen Yue seriously. You've pretty much recovered. You don't need me by your side all the time. Shen Yue heard. Halfway through, she frowned and said, Are you planning to leave? Didn't we say you'd stay at the Shen family's house for a while? I saw that she had misunderstood and couldn't help but laugh. Who said I was leaving? I just want to go out shopping for a few things. Only then did Shen Yue secretly breathe a sigh of relief. Do you need me to go with you? No need. Your body still needs rest. Shopping is tiring. You can't handle it right now. Shen Yue nodded. Then she took out a solid black card with a gold trim and gave it to me. What card is this? It's beautiful. Shen Yue quickly said, it's the black card for the Tianfu Shopping Center. You can shop as you please with this card. Tianfu Shopping Center is the most high-end shopping center in Didu. It has always been the favorite place of noble ladies. The prices inside are naturally not cheap. I raised my eyebrows. Shop as I please? No need to pay? Don't tell me you own that shopping center. I know that the owner of Tianfu Shopping Center is very mysterious. All matters big and small are handled by the shopping center's management. The CEO themselves has never shown their face. Shen Yue nodded. When I was 13, to test my business acumen, my grandfather gave me a sum of money. And asked me to invest in a business without using any of the Xin family's connections. I bought land and invested in the Tianfu Shopping Center. In the second year, real estate prices in Didu soared. The value of the land alone quadrupled. After Tianfu Shopping Center was built, it quickly became the top shopping center in the country. The black card in your hand is the only one. With it, you can clear out the entire shopping center if you want. I couldn't detect any hint of showing off in her tone. I clicked my tongue twice. Clear out the whole shopping center? How generous. If I really cleared it out, wouldn't you be heartbroken? Immediately after, I burst out laughing again. But don't you worry, I won't be that greedy. At most, it'll just clear out half the shopping center. Then I took the card, hummed a happy tune, and left. Shen Yue, watching my receding figure, a smile appeared on her usually cold face. I arrived at the shopping center very quickly. I walked around a bit, first went to a hair salon to get a new style. After getting groomed a bit, my whole appearance changed completely. I looked like a handsome and dashing young master, no longer countrified like before. After getting my hair done, I went to the clothing section on the third floor. As I was walking, a shirt in a glass display caught my eye. I looked at the price, 580,000. Even without Shen Yui's black card, I could afford it myself. Just as I was about to pay, someone else came into the store. What a coincidence. It was my cousin Chen Wei, who called Shen Yue a lunatic and refused to marry her even if it killed him. Beside him was young Master Song Jinian of the Song family, one of the 3 major families in Didu. Jinian, look quickly. Isn't this the limited edition shirt we saw in the magazine yesterday? It looks even better in person than in the photo, Chen Wei said as he snatched the shirt from the sales assistant's hand. But as soon as he saw the price tag on it, his excitement deflated. The Chen family are just ordinary merchants. He couldn't spend that much money on a shirt. Song Jinian had also noticed this shirt. He also felt the price tag was a bit steep. He was an illegitimate son of the Song family. His status in the Song family was not high. His monthly allowance was 600,000. Spending nearly a month's allowance on one shirt was a bit extravagant. At this moment, my cousin Chen Wei recognized me. Yo, isn't this my cousin Chen Fan? Why are you here? When I married into the family, my clothes were too shabby. I looked like a completely different person compared to my handsome appearance now. I smiled and said, what's so strange about shopping at the mall? Jinian, let me introduce you. This is my cousin, Chen Fan, the very one who was sold off to ward off bad luck in a marriage. And so, Song Jinian's expression towards me revealed a hint of ridicule. This is the brother you said, for 2 million, sold himself to marry into the family of a lunatic? No wonder he has money to shop at this luxury store. After all, he sold his body. I did indeed take 2 million from Chen Yuqiang, but that was me taking back my parents' inheritance under the guise of marriage. I didn't expect Chen Wei to spread such lies about me outside. My face darkened, and I said coldly, give me back the shirt. Don't mess with me, or you'll bear the consequences. Give it back to you? You haven't paid for it. Why should I give it to you? Didn't you extort 2 million from our Chen family? What's there to be smug about? If you have money, you should spend it sparingly. Otherwise, when your crazy wife dies, you'll be kicked out of the house. At that time, don't have the audacity to come to our house. Before he could finish his sentence, I slapped him hard across the face. A handprint immediately appeared on his cheek. I said coldly, last time at the Chen house, I went too easy on you. That's why you dare to be so insolent in front of me now. How dare you hit me? Chen Wei was furious. But, thinking of the shoulder throw from last time, which left him sore for days, he didn't dare to lay a hand on me now. So he could only look pitifully at Song Jinian. Without waiting for him to react, I didn't hold back and snatched the shirt from his hand. First come, first served, understand? If you don't understand, go home and have your mother teach you again. Song Jinian. Since returning to the Song family, wherever he went, others always showed him some respect. He had never been treated with such disrespect. Do you know who I am? How dare you talk to me like that? I snorted coldly. I don't care who the hell you are. All of you, get lost. Hearing this, Song Jinian gritted his teeth. In Daidu, even people from the Shen family wouldn't dare to disrespect the Song family. I sneered. The Shen family respects the Song family. That's out of respect for your cousin, not for an illegitimate son like you. Illegitimate son, this identity was already a sore spot for Song Jinian, and I exposed it in front of everyone, which was no different from slapping him in the face. He said menacingly to the store manager, if you want our Song family to shop at your store in the future, then kick this man out for me right now. Don't worry, he's just a country bumpkin, he has no one backing him. Since I entered the store manager had looked at my clothes with disdain, not even giving me a second glance. She was originally a bit wary of my identity, but now seeing Song Jinian say this, she no longer held back. She said directly and impolitely, "Sir, please leave. Our store doesn't have time to serve you." The store manager wanted to back Song Jinian and continued to put on airs. "Also, please return the shirt. Even if you have money, we won't sell it to you." Song Jinian then examined my attire. "Look at your clothes. They're completely tasteless. Daring to fight for things with this young master, you really have a death wish." "Store manager, what are you standing there for? Kick him out." As soon as he finished speaking, the store manager impolitely stepped forward to kick me out. Before she could even open her mouth, a single glare from me scared her back. I asked coldly, "Are you sure you want to kick me out?" The store manager, feigning strength, said, "It's not that I want to kick you out, it's that you've offended someone you shouldn't have. If you know what's good for you, leave quickly, lest you bring trouble upon yourself." I glanced at the young sales assistant beside me, who had been very enthusiastic towards me. "You tell me, who should this shirt be sold to in the end?" Gui Yuan was still in her probationary period, always on edge. At this moment, witnessing the bullying behavior of the rich, she secretly felt indignant for me. She wanted to speak up and intervene several times, but her lowly status was silenced by the store manager's loud voice. Hearing my question, she spoke her mind decisively. This gentleman was the one who said first that he wanted to buy it. I was already preparing to write up the bill for him. Mr. Song came in later. The store manager roared, "You damn girl, do you have a death wish? Is Mr. Song someone you can afford to offend? If you offend him, in the future, don't even think about making a living in this industry." Gui Yuan was also very resolute. She threw down her uniform jacket. "If I can't work here, then so be it. At worst, I'll just go back to my hometown. The city has too many bad people. The people back home are still more honest." I didn't expect this young sales assistant to be so proud. Seeing this, I bent down to pick up the jacket for her, handing it over. "Don't worry, your job, you'll guarantee it." After speaking, I turned back to look at Song Jinian with a wicked smile. "You just said you wanted to make it impossible for this young lady to find a job in this industry, right? How about this? Let's make a bet. I bet that not only will she not lose her job today, but she will also become the manager of this store." Hearing this, the store manager laughed coldly. "Who do you think you are, daring to make such a boast?" Song Jinian at the side also burst out laughing. "Fine, within 10 minutes, how about that?" Song Jinian thought that, no matter what, firing a junior employee was all too easy. However, I didn't care at all and agreed with a smile. If we're going to bet, there must be stakes, right? While speaking, I didn't forget to touch the necklace around my neck to record the betting situation in case he tried to back out. Song Jinian was certain he couldn't possibly lose. He was even eager to see me humiliated. "How about this? The loser has to walk a lap around the shopping center in their underwear. How about it?" Hearing this, I frowned slightly. This isn't very good, in broad daylight. It's too unsightly. Song Jinian, afraid I wouldn't dare, deliberately provoked me. "What, you don't dare? Then crawling out of the shopping center like a dog is also fine," I scoffed. "Fine, it's a deal." Song Jinian immediately signaled the store manager. The store manager walked over to the young sales assistant and said arrogantly, "You can go." An employee who hasn't even passed her probation, the store manager could easily make her get lost with just one sentence. The young sales assistant snorted. "A fox borrowing the tiger's might. You only know how to bully new employees like us." "I'll go then. What's the big deal?" After saying that, she was about to leave. I called her back. 10 minutes aren't up yet. Why are you in such a hurry to leave? Why not wait a bit? Maybe I can help you become the store manager." As soon as these words were spoken, the three people next to me all burst out laughing. I ignored their smugness and took out my phone to make a call. "Shen Yue, are you busy?" Shen Yue on the other end of the line, who was in a video conference, quickly closed her laptop. "I'm resting, not busy." I got straight to the point. "The store manager of the men's shirt counter at Tianfu Shopping Center, I don't like the look of her. Fire her. Replace her with someone else. Within 5 minutes, you have to solve this for me." After saying that, I hung up immediately. Hearing that, Shen Yue let out a small sigh of relief. "Phew, thank goodness it's not a spot check." Song Jinian crossed his arms and laughed coldly. "Look at this act. Anyone who didn't know would think he's the owner of Tianfu Shopping Center." Chen Wei chimed in. "He's probably been with that lunatic for too long. His mind isn't normal anymore. Can't distinguish between fantasy and reality." Song Jinian shook his head and sighed. "A perfectly fine person, had to be greedy for money, marry a lunatic, and ended up turning himself into a lunatic too." Just then, a man in a suit hurried over inside the shopping center. As soon as the store manager saw him, she bowed her head in greeting. "Hello, General Manager Luo. Luo Wen is the executive director of Tianfu Shopping Center, responsible for the operation of the entire mall. He was in a meeting just now when he suddenly received a call from Shen Yue, so he rushed over immediately." Luo Wen looked at the people present and asked carefully, "May I ask who is the owner of the black card?" Chen Wei was clueless. He didn't even know what a black card was. Song Jinian, however, took out a black card from his pocket and gave me a smug look. General Manager Luo, did you hear I was here and came to welcome me? Seeing this, Chen Wei immediately started flattering him. Wow, a VIP card. Only distinguished guests who spend over 5 million in the mall can have one. Good brother, you truly are generous. But Luo Wen just shook his head and said embarrassedly, your card is just a VIP card that gets some special discounts. The one I was talking about is the black card with a gold trim, of which only one was ever issued. The owner of this card can take any product in this mall for free. Even clearing out the entire mall is not a problem. Everyone present was so shocked their jaws dropped. Jaws, you can clear out the whole mall? There's such a card? How high must its value be? At this moment, I casually pulled the black card out of my pocket. Are you talking about this card? Luo Wen saw the black card and immediately understood my identity. He bowed respectfully. My deepest apologies, sir, for giving you an unpleasant shopping experience. I will follow your instructions. After speaking, he immediately turned and said to the store manager, you're fired. Please leave this shopping center immediately. The store manager, still unwilling to accept it, yelled, General Manager Luo, I've worked diligently here for several years. On what grounds can you just tell me to leave? Only because you offended someone you shouldn't have. You're on your own. Song Jinian also stepped forward. General Manager Luo, right? Let me tell you, today for whatever reason cannot fire this store manager. I am a young master of the Song family. I've spent no small amount of money at your place over the years. If you don't do as I say, in the future you'll lose a major client, the Song family. Hearing that, I raised an eyebrow. Oh, a major client? General Manager Luo, from today onwards, Tianfu Shopping Center will no longer do business with Mr. Song. Manager Luo nodded and bowed, saying, yes, as you wish, sir. Song Jinian's expression immediately turned very ugly. General Manager Luo, are you really not afraid of offending our Song family? I'm sorry, I'm just an employee. The boss has given the order, I can only follow it. But Chen Wei still hadn't grasped the situation, asking with a suspicious look, what boss? Manager Luo looked at me. This gentleman is the owner of our Tianfu shopping center. Song Jinian looked at me in disbelief. You mean this country bumpkin? Since when did he become the owner of Tianfu shopping center? Could it be that your boss is that lunatic from the Shen family? Manager Luo's gaze turned cold. Sir, please watch your words. Our proprietress has already recovered. After Tianfu Shopping Center's operations stabilized, Shen Yue no longer managed it. Outsiders didn't know this was her property. Hearing this, Chen Wei was extremely shocked. Recovered? Is that true? I've never heard of a mad person recovering. Manager Luo couldn't be bothered to waste more words on this person. He said to me respectfully, Sir, do you have any other instructions? Feel free to say. I pointed to the young sales assistant next to me who was in a daze. I like the look of this girl. From now on, let her be the manager of this store. It seems there's nothing else. I only came here to shop today. I didn't originally intend to bet with Song Jinian. If I wanted to deal with him, I have my own ways. But I still wanted to see if Shen Yue would offend the Song family for me. Fortunately, she didn't disappoint me. Song Jinian had just hit a steel plate, seeing that he couldn't gain any advantage. He glared at me angrily and turned to leave. I blocked his way. Young Master Song has probably forgotten about our bet. The loser has to walk a lap around the shopping center in their underwear. You were the one who proposed this. Actually, I felt this bet was a bit cruel, but Song Jinian insisted, so I couldn't say much. Song Jinian was so angry his eyes were about to pop out. Don't go too far. I blew on the non-existent dust on my fingernails. If I want to bully you, what can you do to me? This world is dog eat dog. Some people, if you don't knock them down once, they will come back again next time. Damn it, Song Jinian was furious to the point of madness. He raised his hand to punch me. Before the fist could even land, I had already stopped it. I grabbed his fist directly and landed several Kun Quan fist blows in return. He failed to hit me and got hit instead. The most humiliating part was being held and forced to hit himself with his own hand. At this point, his hand hurt, but his face hurt even more. Chen Wei was stunned by this sight. He stammered for a while. Chen Fan, stop it. He's the young master of the Song family. Even the Shen family shouldn't offend the Song family. What, you want to take the punishment for him? I suggest you consider whether you can handle it first. Chen Wei immediately fell silent and quietly stepped aside. I smirked wickedly again. Actually, I also think it's not very appropriate to go out in shorts. Mainly because your figure is too terrible. It will affect the city's aesthetics. How about this? If you crawl out of here like a dog, I'll let it go. Hearing this, Song Jinian was completely broken by my torment. His legs were trembling. He almost knelt down. I won't dare to offend you again. For the sake of me being a member of the Song family, let's just drop it. Heh. If I were the one who lost today, would you spare me for the sake of me being a member of the Shen family? Definitely not. You'd only think my wife is a crazy woman and that I have no one to back me up. Similarly, you, an illegitimate son of the Song family, who do you have to back you up? This Song Jinian has always bullied the weak and feared the strong when he's out, Song Jinian hurriedly said. In any case, I am also a member of the Song family. It's about the Song family's dignity. He turned his head to look at Chen Wei. Let him crawl out for me. Chen Wei is very sycophantic, but that doesn't mean he wants to be a dog. He immediately got angry. You're the one who insisted on the bet. Why are you making me take the punishment for you? Ha, the legendary fake brotherhood. I shook my head in regret. You know Chen Wei is my cousin in any case. I can't let my own family lose face, can I? Hearing this, Chen Wei was a little grateful at first, but seeing my cunning gaze, he immediately realized, Chen Fan, you did it on purpose. You deliberately let Song Jinian blame me. I completely ignored him and threw Song Jinian to the ground. Are you going to crawl or not? I'm not that patient. If you don't move, I won't be polite anymore. In the end, Chen Wei, with a sullen face, crawled out of the LC store. As soon as he was out of the store, he was free from my control. He ran off and disappeared, but he was still seen and surrounded by many people. Some even recorded videos. You could say it was a loss of face, a complete and utter humiliation. You're too vicious, Chen Fan. Just you wait. Chen Wei left behind a malicious threat and also hurriedly fled, but the feud between him and Song Jinian was now set in stone. He thought he had squeezed his way into the elite circle of the imperial capital. Now, it's all for nothing. It might even bring a lot of trouble to his family. I dusted off my clothes and turned to the stunned little guy Yuan beside me. What are you spacing out for? Hurry up and help me pack the clothes. Don't you want your commission? The newly appointed store manager, little Gui Yuan, reacted, Oh my goodness, that was so badass. Gui Yuan was so excited that her regional accent came out. As for the demoted former store manager, he was already scared stiff. He thought he would be dealt with as well. But unexpectedly, when I left the store, I didn't even look at him. This kind of small fry wasn't worth my time. I took the unlimited black card that Shen Yue gave me and bought a bunch of things at Tianfu City Mall. When I returned to the Shen family home, I was carrying a ton of stuff. I saw Shen Yue leisurely sitting on the rocking chair, watching the sunset. Acting very much like a patient, I smiled with satisfaction. I casually tossed the shopping bags onto the bench at the foot of the bed, then went to the bathroom to relieve myself. But in reality, Shen Yue had been in online meetings all day until she heard the gate guard report. The young master is back. She hurriedly put away her computer and pretended to be resting on the rocking chair again. She had been bedridden for 3 years. She had wasted too much time and work. Now that she felt her body was recovering well, it was just that I kept insisting she recuperate and rest, so she had no choice but to stay at home. The incident where I clashed with Song Jinian in the shopping mall, Shen Yue already knew about it from Manager Lei. She didn't care whether she had offended the Song family or not. She was just curious about what kind of clothes would make me willing to fight with someone. Just as she glanced over, she saw the LC bag on the bench at the foot of the bed. If it weren't for me, she wouldn't even remember that Tianfu City had an LC store. But perhaps she was too bored at the moment. She suddenly wanted to see what clothes I had bought. Is it this one? She casually picked up the paper bag. Before she could even look, I came out of the bathroom. What are you doing touching my things? Shen Yue's hand trembled. The paper bag fell to the ground. A high-end silk shirt and a pair of flashy shorts happened to fall right on Shen Yue's slippers. Seeing this, Shen Yue was immediately very flustered. She tried to explain, I wanted to see if you bought a gift for me. I accidentally picked up the wrong one. I was also a little flustered. You have everything you need at home? Food and clothing? What do you need a gift for? I spoke very harshly at this moment, no matter how flustered I was. I couldn't let others see it. I coughed lightly and pretended to calmly pick up the floral shorts. I turned to put them away in the dressing room, but heard a cold laugh from behind. It's indeed very beautiful, worth fighting for. At the same time, at the Chen family home, Chen Wei, who was humiliated by me, and now held a grudge by Song Jinian, realized he couldn't stay in the imperial capital anymore and had to return to Wrong City overnight. He cried and complained to his parents. When Zhang Shuimei heard this, she turned pale with anger. That ungrateful brat dares to treat you like this. This anger, Mom will help you get revenge. I'll go to the Shen family's house tomorrow to settle the score with him. Chen Yuqiang's concern was on another matter. Away? You said Shen Yue has recovered? Who has ever heard of someone with a mental illness getting cured? Chen Wei was also confused. Who knows what's going on? Anyway, Manager Lei from the Tianfu shopping mall only said she had recovered. How did she recover? I don't know. After hearing this, Zhang Shuimei became jealous. That stinky brat is too lucky. We thought he'd become a widower not long after marrying in. There must be something wrong. It might be a final burst of energy before death. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let him marry in. Hearing this, Chen Wei's pained face showed agreement. Yes. It might just be a final burst of energy. They're deliberately putting on a show for us. Chen Yuqiang pondered for a long time. No need to guess much tomorrow. We'll go to the Shen family's house. I am his uncle. Now I'm also Shen Yue's uncle, an official in-law of the Shen family. If Shen Yue is really lucid, we can also get some benefits. He then instructed Chen Wei. When you go there tomorrow, remember not to make a scene. Maintain a good relationship with your cousin. This heartless Chen family not only seized the inheritance my parents left for me, but also forced me to marry into the Xin family in Chen Wei's place. Now, to reclaim my assets and complete that mission, I have to endure the humiliation of marrying into her family. Early the next morning, Shen Yue was kicked off the bed by me again, accompanied by a barrage of criticism. Shen Yue, why do you keep coveting my body? You don't keep your word. You keep sneaking into my bed in the middle of the night. Have I been too polite to you? Have I spoiled you so much that you dare to bully me? Hearing this, Shen Yui couldn't defend herself. Luckily, she had prepared in advance. She had deliberately started recording a video on her phone in the middle of the night. Not only did it record me having a nightmare, but it also proved that she had been well-behaved all night, without any inappropriate behavior. I watched the video, blinking a few times. The anger in my eyes subsided a lot. Shen Yui, he secretly breathed a sigh of relief, silently praising her own cleverness. But the next second, the situation took a sudden turn. Who gave you permission to secretly record me? I didn't even know you had a hobby of secretly recording people. Shen Yui was very helpless when a man is being unreasonable. Even gods and demons can't do anything. Jiang Yuyao had been very frustrated these past few days. This morning, as soon as she got in the car to go out, she suddenly saw a strange car parked at the main gate. After asking, she found out it was Chen Yuqiang's family who had come to visit. The guard was about to go report it. Jiang Yuyao's eyes darted around. She quickly said, "The in-laws are here. What's there to report? What a bunch of blind fools. Hurry up and open the gate." She could tell at a glance that the Chen family members were no saints. They probably came this time either to make trouble for me or to extort some benefits. Then, Jiang Yuyao intentionally sent a message to call Shenzu home. Chen Yuqiang's family didn't expect Jiang Yuyao to be so easy to talk to. She even came out personally to welcome them in, Chen Wei thought to himself. So the Shen family's mother-in-law is so kind. No wonder he dares to be so arrogant outside. He must be relying on his mother-in-law's affection. When they saw the Shen family's mansion, as grand as a royal castle, lavishly decorated inside and out, Chen Wei felt even more regretful, just as the three members of the Chen family arrived in the living room. I happened to be coming downstairs, seeing the Chen family members. I was quite surprised when Chen Yuqiang saw me. He was happy at first. "Oh, a fan is here." Then he squeezed out some emotional tears. "You've been married in for a few days now. Why haven't you called your uncle? Are you getting used to the Shen family home?" I really admired Chen Yuqiang's acting skills, I chuckled. "So uncle cares about his nephew so much. I thought since I hadn't heard from you in days, you must have forgotten about me." Hearing this, Chen Yuqiang touched his nose and laughed awkwardly. "How could that be? You're my only nephew. I've always loved you the most." He secretly signaled to Zhang Shuimei. Zhang Shuimei quickly took out the prepared gift. Chen Yuqiang then began to enthusiastically present the gifts. "Your aunt and I put a lot of thought into choosing these items." "Oh, right. Why don't I see the eldest, young miss?" I walked to the sofa and glanced at the gifts, pretending to be surprised. "These are all good things. It seems you and Aunt have spent a lot this time. Especially this silk scarf for my mother-in-law. It's even a brand name. It must be much more expensive than the bag of clothes Aunt bought for me before, right?" Chen Yuqiang noticed my unfriendly tone and thought I was unhappy about yesterday's incident. He pushed Chen Wei forward. "Oh, we told me everything about what happened yesterday. You're a generous person. Don't hold it against your younger cousin." Although Chen Wei was reluctant in his heart, he still pretended to apologize. Jiang Yuyao became curious upon hearing this yesterday. What happened yesterday? So Chen Yuqiang briefly recounted yesterday's events, intentionally downplaying how Chen Wei and Song Jinian insulted me, only saying that a small conflict arose over a set of clothes. But this made me seem like someone who, for a set of clothes, would start trouble for no reason and offend the Song family. At this point, Shenzhu returned and overheard. He immediately became furious. "What? You dare to spend over 500,000 on a set of clothes? And you offended the Song family. Our family and the Song family have been friends for generations. We also have many business dealings. Do you know what a huge mess you've caused? Does Wei Wei know you caused such trouble?" Shenzhu bombarded me with questions as soon as he returned. Chen Yuqiang now realized he had misspoken. He hypocritically went to Shenzhu to speak up for me. "In-law, don't be angry. My nephew grew up in the countryside, suddenly coming to a wealthy family. He's a bit clueless. I hope you can understand. If he's done anything wrong, this uncle apologizes to you on his behalf." I found this quite boring and turned to go upstairs. Unexpectedly, the tactless Chen Wei jumped out. "Brother, a fan! The Sheen family home is so grand. How about you take me upstairs for a tour?" Before he could finish speaking, I gave him a look, and he immediately swallowed his words. Chen Yuqiang still hadn't tasted my wrath. He shamelessly chased after me. "A fan! We haven't finished talking. Why are you leaving? How is Miss Shen's health?" "How about you take us upstairs to visit her?" I replied bluntly. "Absolutely not. My wife needs to rest. She doesn't want to see irrelevant people." But Chen Yuqiang still didn't give up. "How are we irrelevant people? We are all your family." Jiang Yuyao, fearing there wasn't enough chaos, quickly chimed in. "During breakfast, I saw that Wei Wei was in good spirits. She should be able to receive guests. There's no such thing as a daughter-in-law hiding from her husband's family. Who said I was hiding from people?" A clear, cold voice suddenly rang out. Then everyone saw the noble Shen Yue. Slowly walking down from upstairs, she no longer needed a wheelchair. At this moment, she didn't look like someone who had been sick at all. When Chen Wei saw Shen Yue, his eyes widened. "So she is Shen Yue. Why hadn't I heard she was this beautiful? Moreover, she looks really healthy, not a trace of illness. This woman was originally my fiancé, and I let that brat Chen Fan get lucky." Shen Yue didn't even glance at Chen Wei. Only when she saw me did the ice in her eyes melt. "I heard your family came. Why didn't you tell me?" I only found out they were here when I came downstairs. Shen Yui immediately understood the information in my words. Her husband's family came to visit without any prior notice. They came uninvited. At this moment, Shinzu came over to tattle. Wei Wei, you really need to control your husband. Do you know what good deed he did yesterday? For a set of clothes, he clashed with the young master of the Song family. He must have offended the Song family. Shen Yui didn't wait for him to finish and coldly interrupted. He dared to fight with my husband over clothes. The Song family is lucky I haven't gone to settle the score with them. Hearing this, Shenzi immediately became enraged. This damn girl is saying such things for a man. The Shen Corporation has been cooperating closely with the Song family for 2 years. What if this affects the business between our two families? Shen Yui sneered. For the past 2 years, the one doing business with the Song family is Shen Lingxiao. What does it have to do with me? Dad, you've already washed your hands of everything, so don't meddle in business affairs anymore, you unfilial child. Shenzi was so angry his beard stood on end. But in the end, he could do nothing about Shen Yui. He could only stomp his feet and leave. I don't like to bother Shen Yui with my personal matters, so I said to Chen Yuqiang, what is your purpose for coming here today? Just say it directly, a fan. Can we talk in private for a moment? I wanted to see what trick Chen Yuqiang was trying to pull. I said to Shen, Yui, you don't need to worry about them. Go back to the room and rest. Leave things here to me. Then I took Chen Yuqiang to the living room on the 2nd floor. Shen Yu. We was about to leave, but Zhang Shuimei enthusiastically called her back. So this is my niece-in-law. You look absolutely stunning. A fan is so blessed to marry such a good wife. Come here, come here. Sit down and talk with your aunt for a while. Our fan loved talking to me when he was a child. Shen Yui became interested when she mentioned my childhood, but Zhang Shuimei just made up a few old stories about me, then changed the subject. A fan and Awei are the closest. They grew up sharing the same pair of pants as kids. How about we let our Awei tell you stories about a fan? Then she said to Zhang Yuyao, in-law, I find the scenery in the garden very beautiful. Could you take me for a walk outside? From the moment he saw Shen Yui, Chen Wei's eyes never left her. He stared at her from beginning to end. Zhang Shuimei had seen through her son's intentions, so she intended to create an opportunity for them to be alone together. Zhang Yuyao also quickly saw through the scheme of this mother and son. She wanted to use the Chen family to cause trouble for me, so she didn't mind lowering herself to take a walk in the garden with Zhang Shuimei. When only Shen Yui and Chen Wei were left in the living room, Chen Wei took the initiative to speak first. Does brother a fan treat you well? His temper isn't very good, don't take it to heart with him. He grew up in the mountains since he was a child, has never seen the outside world. His manners are also crude. I hope you don't mind. Hearing this, Shen Yui frowned and replied faintly, really? Seeing Shen Yui's surprised look, Chen Wei thought I must be very good at pretending in front of Shen Yui. If you want to pretend, I'll tear off your disguise. Then he deliberately moved closer and blabbered on and on. After talking for a long time, Chen Wei finally revealed his purpose. Actually, your original husband was supposed to be me. Shen Yu. We narrowed her eyes. A dangerous glint appeared in her cold eyes. So that's how it is. Chen Wei didn't notice the change in her expression and said fawningly, Wei Wei, can I call you that? Marrying brother a fan, having such a husband is truly unfair to you. He is both barbaric and uneducated, unlike me, who knows how to care for others. At the same time, in the 2nd floor living room, I sat on the sofa with my arms crossed and said to Chen Yuqiang, speak, what's your purpose? Don't waste time. Chen Yuqiang smiled and sat down. Since we're family, I won't beat around the bush. My company owes the bank some money, but recently, the company's business has had some problems. I can't pay it back for now. The Shin family isn't short on money. Lend me 100 million to cover my cash flow, just 100 million. It's really nothing to the Shin family. I chuckled. But why should I lend it to you? Chen Yuqiang said shamelessly. Aren't we in-laws? A fan, don't forget, if it weren't for our Chen family, how could you have married into a prestigious family? The Shin family. Hearing this, I sneered. Which project's business has problems? Isn't it because you were gambling elsewhere and lost all your money? You couldn't pay your debts, so you withdrew project funds to cover your gambling losses, which led to you being unable to repay the loan. When you initially signed the marriage contract with the Shen family gave you a lot of money. But then you found out Shen Yui was a madwoman, so you pushed me out. Am I wrong? Chen Yuqiang couldn't believe that I knew so much. The matter of him losing money gambling? Even his wife didn't know about these things, continued. The money the Shen family gave you, I don't plan on asking for it back. But you, on the other hand, shamelessly came to my door and dared to ask for 100 million. Where on earth do you get the nerve? As soon as these words were spoken, Chen Yuqiang said angrily, You stinky brat, your biological uncle after all. My only relative in this world. How could you talk to me like that, even though you plotted against me? In the end, you still let me marry into the Shin family, to live the life of a wealthy family, I sneered and said. It's only because you and my father are blood brothers that I'm willing to listen to your nonsense today. If you come and cause trouble in front of me again, don't blame me for being impolite. Chen Yuqiang never expected The weak, easily bullied kid from a few days ago would become like this. But since he dared to come to my door, demanding the huge sum of 100 million, he naturally had other preparations. Fine, fine, fine. You've really grown your wings? You don't see this uncle as anyone important anymore? I just don't know if you still have your father in your heart. Hearing that, I frowned. What do you mean? Back then, your parents died in an accident. Aren't you curious about how they died? I remember that year, on the eve of my 10th birthday, my parents were rushing back to celebrate my birthday. Unexpectedly, they got into a serious accident on the way. Both of them passed away. I was young back then, suddenly facing a tragedy. I didn't realize at all that there was something wrong with that car accident. Now, hearing Chen Yuqiang mention it, my heart sank. I realized that the accident was man-made. Chen Yuqiang let out a sigh. Your parents were truly pitiful. They didn't have any other relatives. Only I rushed over to help with the funeral arrangements. I felt something was off back then. Later, I intentionally investigated it, and sure enough, I found some clues. I hurriedly pressed him. What did you find out? The next second, Chen Yuqiang smiled cunningly. A fan, you see? This is the benefit of having relatives. When you're in trouble, only relatives will help. I also know that I have wronged you all these years. Even if you don't care about other things, you should still consider that I'm your father's only brother. If your father were still alive and saw his brother in trouble, he would definitely help. My tone turned cold. So are you threatening me now? Chen Yuqiang laughed heartily. How could this be a threat? This is clearly family helping each other out. I need money. You lend me money. You want to know about your father? I will definitely tell you everything I know. It's a perfect exchange, isn't it? In my whole life, what I hate most is being threatened by others. With that, I closed my eyes. You should leave. Don't force my hand. Chen. Yuqiang was stunned. What do you mean? Don't you want to know what happened to your parents? You really are an ungrateful, heartless wolf. You don't even care about avenging your parents. My older brother really raised a fine son. As soon as those words were spoken, I suddenly opened my eyes wide. My eyes were now filled with killing intent. I said through gritted teeth, word by word, you are not worthy of speaking for them. Chen Yuqiang was stared down by my sharp gaze and felt a bit panicked. But he was determined to extort money from me and continued to provoke me with his words. I'm not worthy of speaking for them? Then are you worthy? An unfilial son like you clearly knows there's a hidden story, yet you don't care about your parents. If they knew in the afterlife, they would surely not be able to rest in peace. Let me tell you, today, you must give me 100 million. Otherwise, I'll use my status as the eldest son of the Chen family to move your parents' graves so you can no longer pay respects to them. Bang! I slammed my fist on the coffee table. The expensive and sturdy marble coffee table instantly shattered into pieces. Then I rubbed my fist and said nonchalantly, this punch was originally meant for your head, but I was afraid of dirtying my hands, Chen Yuqiang. I originally didn't want to settle scores with you. Why do you have to keep provoking me? If you had been straightforward about my parents' matter from the beginning, I naturally would have shown some respect for our relationship. A mere 100 million? To me, it's a small, insignificant number, but you insisted on using this as a bargaining chip to force me to submit. This kind of kinship wrapped in schemes and calculations. I, Chen Fan, don't care for it, Chen Yuqiang was so frightened by my menacing appearance that he fell to the ground. You. What do you want to do? Don't worry. Now that I know about my parents' matter, I will investigate it myself. As for you, Chen Yuqiang, you embezzled public funds to cover your gambling debts. That's illegal, you know. I just wonder how many years you'll be sentenced to prison for. Chen Yuqiang's face changed drastically. He of course knew that embezzling public funds is illegal. That's why he wanted to cover up this hole before it was exposed. A fan, I was wrong. I shouldn't have threatened you. Actually, I was just driven to desperation to do such a foolish thing. Can you save me? I'll kneel and kowtow to you. With that, Chen Yuqiang actually knelt and kowtowed to me. I was just trying to scare you earlier. How could I possibly touch my older brother's grave? About your parents' matter, I'll tell you right now. There's no need. Get out of here immediately, and never let me see you again. As spirited as Chen Yuqiang was when he arrived, he left looking just as dejected. Even more pathetic than him were Zhang Shuimei and Chen Wei. This mother and son duo. Initially, Chen Wei had angered Shen Yuwei and was about to be thrown out. At that moment, Zhang Shuimei and Zhang Yudao heard the commotion and rushed over and thought I was the one who wanted to kick her son out. Without even caring if I was there, she started screaming and cursing. As a result, she ignited Xinyue's anger, who directly ordered people to carry the mother and son and throw them out, and at the same time, ordered that they were never allowed to set foot in the Shen family mansion again after kicking out the entire Chen family of 3. Afterwards, the Shen family mansion finally returned to its tranquility. Shen Yui had just turned around and saw me coming downstairs when she said, "Your cousins don't need to come over anymore. It's best to keep a respectful distance from relatives who only know how to slander you. You won't mind that I kicked them out, will you?" "I mind a lot." I put on an angry face. Throwing them out is letting them off too easy. If it were me, I would have locked the doors and released the dogs first, to give them a good scare, and then throw them out. Hearing that, Shen Yui's lips curved into a smile. "Okay, from now on, We'll raise a few fierce dogs in the house. If we see someone we don't like, well, lock the doors and release the dogs. This sentence made me laugh out loud. Even the frustration caused by Chen Yuqiang earlier dissipated completely. After laughing, then I asked Shen Yui again, besides slandering me, did he say anything else? Did he say that he was your real fiancé? And that I'm just a fake? Shen Yui thought about sitting on the same sofa with Chen Wei earlier and immediately felt overwhelmingly nauseous. She called a servant and ordered them to throw away the sofa in the living room. Only then did she turn back and said to me seriously, I'm very lucky that you're the one who married into the family. Thank you for not despising this crazy woman. Mainly because sometimes when you go crazy, you're even crazier than me. Hearing that, I smiled and didn't answer her. Instead, I turned and went upstairs to get my backpack, looking like I was about to go out. Seeing this, Shen Yui asked doubtfully, didn't you say this morning that you weren't going out today? Why do you want to go out now? Something came up. I need to go out for a bit. After speaking, I slung the bag over my shoulder and winked at Shen. Yui, if I don't go out, how could you secretly do your work? How did you know? I finished my work yesterday and put the computer away before you got back. It's very simple. Before I went out, the laptop's remaining battery was 90%, but after I got back, the battery was at 100%. Naturally, someone had used the computer and used it for a long time to avoid running out of battery. They used it while it was plugged in. That's why the battery level was always full because of mission requirements. I once worked as a special agent for a period of time, so I'm extremely sensitive to small details. Of course, the most important thing is that when I took your pulse showed that you were a bit tired. Shen Yui, being exposed, felt a little guilty. Sorry, I didn't listen to your advice. Deceiving your doctor doesn't make you a good patient, but seeing that your health has almost fully recovered, it'll only allow you to work for 2 hours, no more than that. Shen Yui was amused by my serious demeanor. Yes, hubby. The moment the word hubby came out, I was also stunned for a moment. Then I felt relieved. I was originally Shen Yui's husband, even if only in name. As soon as I left, Shen Yui immediately took out her phone to call a subordinate, a dong, help me investigate the young master's past. The more detailed, the better. Originally, she didn't intend to dig too deep into my past, but today, hearing Chen Wei mention it, that I was lost for 10 years, what exactly did I go through during those 10 years? To the point where I have inescapable nightmares every night? It wasn't simple curiosity, but a deep desire to know everything about me. After that, I took the Shen family's private car out, then got out at a secluded intersection, walked to a nearby parking lot, and found a white family car. I then found the car keys next to the car. There's no other way. The Shen family's cars are all too luxurious. Any one of them costs hundreds of thousands to tens of millions. Driving one out is too ostentatious, so yesterday I asked the base to prepare a car for me. As soon as I hit the road, I immediately pressed the necklace on my neck, connecting to the base's phone. Bai Long, it's me. The car. I've received it. Now, I have an extremely urgent matter that I need your help investigating.